guys, my name is Rusty and I have decided to start a YouTube channel. The channel is called Bookmarks and Bible Verses. The goal of this is to introduce you to Christian authors and to show that there are plenty of books out there that can be read that are either inappropriate or have language in there. I have had plenty of people come up to me and ask me about books because they want to read books, but they just don't know what to read. And I've decided to get on here and just to talk to you guys about some books. Excuse my cat Lily. So to start out with, this is Colleen Coble. She is one of my favorite authors. She writes fantastic stories. This one is the Rock Harbor mysteries. The first one is Without a Trace, and it is very good. It's about a woman named Bree Nichols and her dog. Well, I can't remember his name, and it doesn't say here on the back. But she has a search dog, and they solve crimes and they help find missing people in the Rock Harbor area. And this is just fantastic. Not to mention she is a Christian and she brings God out so much, and it's just amazing. This one right here, if you like Criminal Minds, you are going to love this. This is written by Jessica R. Patch. This is actually the second in the series, but to understand more, you would want to start at the beginning, but you don't have to. You do pick up on things throughout it, so it's okay if you miss the first one. But this is the second one in the series. I Cry in the Dark, and my goodness, she can write. It's fantastic, and it is Christian as well. Oh, it is Christian as well. It does have, obviously murder in there. I mean, this is a murder mystery, and it's about Violet Rainwater, and she's an FBI agent who, solves murders along with her team. Highly, highly recommend. This is fantastic. Let's say you don't like murder mysteries, but you're more into historical fiction. We have Gilbert Morris. Well, this isn't his only line of books, but this one is The House of Winslow, and there's about 40 books in this series, and you start from the very beginning of this generation of Winslows, and you just go throughout. I believe it's been a long time since I've read these books, but I believe it starts on I want to say like 1700, something like that. I could be wrong. But it again, highly recommended. It's not a murder mystery. It is just you go throughout the history. You actually have true history in here as well. So there's a lot to learn about the beginning of America and how it all began, and the different wars that went on and everything. Again, if you're into historical fiction, you will love this series. It's The House of Winslow by Gilbert Morris. I read more murder mystery. That's just what I'm into. I like mysteries. I like trying to solve them as I read along. Let's say you're into murder mystery, but you also like an edge of spookiness. Jamie Jo Wright. She is one of those authors that when you read, you don't want to read at night. It's kind of spooking you out. This one right here, Spectres in the Glass House, has to be my favorite of her series. Or not her series, but of her books. Again, highly recommend. I do like a bit of spookiness in there too. She is a murder mystery with, it's just going to freak you out sometimes. I read one the other day. Well, I listened to it actually. Uh, I do both reading, actual books, and then I also, when I clean or when I drive or anything else like that, I listen to audiobooks. This is by a lady named Carrie Stewart Parks. It's called, oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a glare. No. Okay. Carrie Stewart Parks by it's called Formula of Deception. This one so far is probably my favorite of hers, but Carrie Stewart Parks is pretty awesome because she, here's a little bit about her. She is an award-winning artist, writer, speaker, and law enforcement instructor. She was actually a forensic artist for the she was actually a forensic artist and helped, solve crimes for many, many years. So with her books, you actually get to see an insight into how they do things. And there is a lot more that went into it than I originally believed. But Carrie Stewart Parks, highly recommend. Very good. Let's see here. I'm not going to go through all of them because I want to have other videos as well. Let's do Dee Henderson. Oh my goodness. Dee Henderson. She is fantastic. And she has a way of writing that makes God come to life. Again, she's murder mysteries. She does have, mysteries throughout the whole thing, and people do get murdered and things do go wrong. But at the same time, her characters, the way that they find themselves turning their lives over to God is just amazing. It's truly, truly amazing. And honestly, I have cried a few times in her books. Not because they're sad, although some of them are sad, but because it just makes me feel so much closer to God. It brings Him to life. And that is amazing. This one right here is one of my favorites. It's called Taken. It's not a part of a series. It's by itself. The way that Dee Henderson writes is a lot of her characters from her other books. You'll see them throughout different her other different books, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so I'll just talk about those right now. If you're into law enforcement, Janice Cantore, I think that's how you say her name, Cantore. She was actually a police officer for quite a few years, so she does a lot of police procedures in her books. There are a ton, of Christian books out there that are both extremely interesting, that will grip you from the very beginning until the very end. You don't have to read things that have inappropriate things in there or have a ton of language. There is a lot of very good authors out there, and I hope that you will stick with me because I have every intention of showing everyone that I possibly can find. If there's any books that you know of, just comment, let me know. If there's books that you would like me to review, I'm willing to do that. I stick with things that are not inappropriate and do not have very, I do read non-Christian things, but they don't have inappropriate things in there, and I'm not interested in a bunch of language. But if there's books that you're uncertain about, I can definitely research them, and figure out and let you know. But I hope you will stay on this journey with me. I would love to introduce you to more Christian authors so that, you can, what you put in you comes out of you, right? So if you're reading a lot of books that have a lot of inappropriate things in there, what are you putting in your mind? Put God in your mind, along with a lot of very interesting mysteries. For the Bible verse aspect of this, I have every intention of ending each video with a Bible verse. along with there will be times that I may not talk very much about books and might just talk to you about things that I have on my mind about God and other, just thoughts, because this is just it's just going to be fun. We're just going to be on an adventure together, finding new books and drawing closer to God. But this verse is Romans 12, verse 2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve that God's will is His good and pleasing and perfect will. And that's what this channel is going to be about. Not conforming to this world, but reading things, interesting things, that's also going to draw you closer to God. I hope you'll want the books. I hope you'll stick with me. I know this is going to be a little bit awkward at first. I don't know how often I'm going to post books. I read books all the time, so it's more than likely going to be about once a week, but it might be once every other week. Again, if you guys have any books that you would like for me to talk about or review, or any that you even know about, just send them my way. Tell me about them, and we'll have fun finding new authors together. Bye, guys.